so I just know the way. Now I've been this way several times. Now I've been this way several times, so I just know the way, Bruna added as he struck out down the camels. What?
Camels?
Bruna the way. Bruna added as he struck out down the hill. The rest followed. Followed.
Who's this? Is this a burp?
Who's Keanu?
Oh yeah, I couldn't figure out who was saying this line. Oh jeez.
My sister Keanu can see animals in her mind and knows where they are if she's seen them before. I don't know if she just sees them or if she knows what they're feeling. I've tried to get her to tell me we're tusked animals. I've tried to get her to tell me where tusked animals she has seen before are, but she won't. Keanu says it would be murder to use her gifts that way. She never tells me what animals she's somehow communicated with, but sometimes, when I bring game home, she won't touch it.
Man, what was that doing? Oh.
Touch it. Atu and the others were quiet for a long time as they walked. A woman who can see where an animal is just because she'd seen it once, and somehow she could communicate with it, or at least know what it was feeling? Even Atu found that hard to believe. Even know what it was feeling? Even Atu found that hard to believe.
Lord knows I'm singing.
No wonder the seers have divisions among them if some of the gifts these people have are that strange.
That was impressive.
No wonder the seers have divisions among them, if some of the gifts these people have.
What? That was a good take.
No wonder the... No wonder the seers have divisions among them, if some of the gifts these people have are that strange.
What?
Suka glanced at Atu and shook his head before he grinned, then twisted his mouth to the side. As they'd done since they were young, a sign between them that whoever was talking was either lying or crazy. But his grin disappeared as he seemed to grow thoughtful. I am Suka. I
I'm Suka. I'm Suka. I'm Suka.
I'm Suka.
I'm Suka.
You don't have a woman of your own yet. You don't have a woman of your own yet?
That was shit. Ew. Did I not fix that?
Suka asked Bruna.
Gross.
Woman of your own yet? Suka asked Bruna.
What happened?
No. No. Bruna answered. No. Bruna answered. I've noticed your hunters bond with a woman when you are very young. That is not our way. A man must prove himself worthy in his family by being a strong hunter for them. He does this for many moons. He does this for many moons, many seasons, many seasons as we now mark time since the warming, before he can ask to leave his own family and find a woman of his own.
Let's go.
Ask, Kinnek said. Kinnek said. Ask who? Ask who?
Excuse me, Kinnek, it's ask whom?
Why, his mother, of course. Bruna stopped and turned toward them. The mother is the keeper of the family, the fire, the dwelling, and only with her permission does a hunter leave to start his own family. Start his own family. When we become hunters, we look for a woman who is willing, and only once we know she will be ours do we tell anyone, Kinnek said. Do we tell anyone? Kinnek said. Sometimes the father of the woman... Sometimes the father of the woman... Sometimes the father of the woman objects, but not usually. Suinu was mine the first time we met. We knew it in our spirits. Your sister Mievu is nearly grown, Bruna said. Mievu is nearly grown, Bruna said. Sister Mievu is nearly grown, Bruna said. Will she choose her own man soon? Will she choose her own man soon? Will she choose her own man soon? Mievu, she's just a child. Atu glared at Bruna. the child. Otto glared at Bruna. She is no child, not any longer, Suka said. He laughed as Otto stopped and stared at them all, as if Mieva was beside him. He laughed as if me. He laughed. He laughed as Otto. He laughed. He laughed as Otto stopped and stared at them all, as if Mieva was beside him and these men were about to attack him so they could carry her away. Carry her away. I know what Mother says, but Mieva is still too young. She's like a little sister to me, too. She's like a little sister to me, too, Suka assured Attu. But open your eyes, my cousin. She is a woman now in everything but her ceremony. She has grown up, and you've refused to see it. Yes, she is grown, Bruna said, but when Attu turned his scowl on him, quickly added, The woman of the seer... The women of the Seer clan are strong in many gifts. They decide who a hunter will take as his woman by their seeing rituals. The men were traveling back up the next hill, and Attu had to hurry to keep up rituals. The men were rituals. The men were traveling back up the next hill, and Attu had to hurry to keep up with the longer-legged men. You don't choose your own women? You don't choose your own woman? Women? Legged men. You don't choose your own woman? No, she is chosen for me. I trust my mother knows me well and knows which woman would be best. I trust my mother knows me well and knows which woman would be the best match for me. The women of the clan. The women of the clan make all such decisions. The women of the clan. The women of the clan make all such decisions. The women of the
What's wrong with me?
The women of the clan make all such decisions. Strange. Such decisions. Strange, muttered Suka. Only to you. Only to you, Bruna retorted and lengthened his stride even more. My legs are on fire, Attu thought as he... Fire, Attu thought as he tried not to puff too loudly, loping to keep up. Where we come from, a man must prove himself while he is still young, and must father as many sons and daughters as he can, or our clans won't survive. Kinnek thrust his spear out in front of him as he walked, as if he were on the expanse again, testing the ice ahead. Bruna pressed his lips into a thin line, apparently offended by Kenak's comment about proving himself. He walked on. Many children died young on the Expanse, Suka said. He had slowed his pace and was now in step with Atu. His voice was so low Atu thought he must be talking to himself. Many mothers, too. I'm Suka. Many mothers, too. He added. Many mothers, too. Many mothers, too. He added. Mothers, too. He added. Atu remembered the day his father had told him that Suka's mother had died giving birth to him, and that Tolnu was not Suka's real mother, although she was the mother of his heart. Although she was the mother of his heart. Although she was the mother of his heart. Suka had always cared for Tolnu, and she for him, having raised him from a Pulik. Still, Ubantu's brother Mulnik had been cruel to his own son. He blamed him for his first woman's death. Atu tried to catch Suka's eye to talk to him, but his friend stared straight ahead and walked on in silence, his face a mask of supposed indifference. The man was crazy, Suka. Atu kept his voice low. You have proven yourself a man over and over again. Your father has gone. Your father has gone between. Your father has gone between, killed by Paven for murdering a hunter. He can't torment you anymore. Don't allow the memories of his cruelty to Don't allow the memories of his cruelty to wound you forever. I will live with the painful scars. I will live with pain. I wound you forever. I will live. Wound you forever. I will live with painful scars from the ice bear that attacked me for the rest of my life. You don't have to. Let the past go. You don't have to. Let the past go. Suka flashed him a look of thanks. Then the two continued walking side by side behind the others. Suka flashed him a look of thanks.
What?
Then the two continued walking.
Why did I?
Suka flashed.
Why'd I redo that?
Suka flashed him a look of thanks. Then the two continued walking, side by side, behind the others. They moved south, around the flank of the curved tusk herd and back toward them from the east. They stayed low. The plan was to come at the animals from the east in 3 groups and cause them to stampede toward a rise in the north.
Jeez.
The rise ended in a sheer drop down to a slow-moving river. The rise ended in a sheer drop down. Okay.
I didn't think that first one was that bad. Oh, I must have.
The rise ended in a sheer drop down to a slow-moving river. At least 2 spears... At least 2 spear throws below. A fall far enough to kill or fatally wound a curved tusk, Bruna assured them.
What is this?
Ow.
Ow. Something hurt me. What is this? Oh, I know.
They reached them. They reached the point where the hunters would startle the curved tusks into running. Bruna signaled. Bruna signaled with... Bruna signaled with his spear to the other groups. Bruna signaled with his spear to the other groups who were hiding in the long grass to the south of the herd. One group ran north along the west side of the herd, and as the curved tusks caught their scent, they churned up the grass with their feet, milling around in agitation. That was the signal. Ottu's group leaped to their feet and...
Shouldn't it be leapt?
Ottu's group leaped to their feet and ran at the herd, yelling and waving their spears over their heads. This is a crazy way to hunt, Ottu thought, even as he ran yelling with the others. It went against the others. Even as he ran yelling with the others. It went against everything he had been taught his whole life about sneaking up on game and waiting patiently, as beside a nook hole, until he saw the bubbles of the large seal-like animal as it surfaced. The curved tusks trumpeted in distress. Mothers grabbed babies with their long snouts, and the herd pushed the babies into the... Mothers grabbed babies with their long snouts, and the herd pushed the babies into the center, even as they ran away from the yelling hunters. Just until the first few fall off the ridge, Bruna panted. Then run to the edge and climb down the ridge to the east, where I told you it's not too steep. Ottu followed behind Suka, Kinnak, and Bruna as they ran, waving his spear with theirs. The ground shook, as if a chunk of ice had moved, and for an instant Ottu panicked before he remembered he was on solid ground. The vibration had been the dropping of a curved tusk onto the riverbed below. He felt another. Even stronger thump. Then one more. "Drop!" Bruna shouted. Drop! Bruna shouted, and they dropped to a low crouch and ran alongside the ridge until Bruna stopped and leaped over the edge. He disappeared.
That ain't right.
Otto ran forward with the others and looked down to see Bruna standing on a ledge a few feet below them.
Oh.
Climb down! Climb down! Climb down! Bruna yelled and slid down the edge of the embankment to the river, picking up speed as he hit level ground, and ran toward the sound of hollering men and trumpeting curved tusks. Down! Bruna yelled and slid down the edge of the embankment to the river, picking up speed as he hit level ground and ran toward the sound of hollering men and trumpeting curved tusks. Otto reached the bottom and ran around the bend in the embankment. His mind reeled as he saw the thrashing curved tusks in the throes of death, churning the riverbank into a pit of mud and rocks. His mind reeled as he saw the thrashing curved pit of mud and rocks. His mind reeled as he saw the thrashing curved tusks in the throes of death, churning the riverbank into a pit of mud.
Wait a second. What?
His mind reeled. His mind reeled as he His mind reeled as he saw the thrashing curved tusks in the throes of death, churning the riverbank into a pit of mud and throes of death, churning the riverbank into a pit of mud and rocks as hunters stabbed at them with their long spears. Above them milled the rest of the herd, so close to the edge it looked like a few more animals might be pushed over the ridge by the ones behind them. Rocks clattered down, as well as chunks of grass, as the animals jostled to keep their footing. All around them, the ground was littered with debris from the ridge as it had given way under the... All around them... All around them, the ground was littered with debris from the ridge as it had given way under the weight of the huge animals. Kinnak yelled and ran forward, his spear at the ready. Suka followed close behind, but Atu stopped and stood, frozen to the spot, watching the horror of this hunt unfold.
Watching the horror
unfold. They're our prey, he told himself. Animals we need for our food. And yet... the giant curved tusks were dying such horrible deaths. One had apparently died in the fall, but the other two were writhing in agony as the hunters stabbed them again and again. One One, its back, obviously broken so it couldn't stand or defend itself, struggled to get up, its eyes rolling wildly, its mouth foaming as blood poured from its wounds. The other lay the other The other lay half on its side, thrashing back and forth with its the thrashing the other the other lay half on its side, thrashing back and forth with its tusks and trunk. It reached out with its trunk, trying to grab at the hunters, who took turns darting in and stabbing it, then jumping back. Above them, several animals trumpeted, adding their bellows to the chaos. How can they hunt this way? This killing does not respect the animal. This killing does not respect the animal. This killing does not respect the animal, is not merciful or quick. It does not allow the animal its honor as a living being of Nuvik Kuana. The second Kuana. The second curved tusk now lay dead. Otto watched as Bruno ran up to the third one, taking his turn at stabbing it. With the creature's last strength, it threw its mighty head to one side, catching creature's last strength. It threw its mighty head to one side, catching Bruna across the arm with its tusk and throwing him off to the side like a hide ball. Bruna flew over the great beast's outstretched leg and crashed down against the animal's side. With a great sigh, the curved tusk started rolling onto its side, on top of Bruna. No! Otto shouted. No! Otto shouted. He darted in, grabbed the unconscious Bruna, and pulled him away from the animal. Suka raced up to Bruna and grabbed... Suka raced up to Bruna and grabbed him also. The two hunters pulled Bruna to safety just as the curved tusk rolled onto the spot where Bruna had lain moments before. It heaved one more breath and died. Chapter 3. Otto and Riku.
Okay. Chapter 3 in the books. I hope. So it took 35 minutes to edit 14, 10, 35 minutes to edit 12 minutes of audio. So yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, well, I'm all done here. Stay frosty.